Hello students, we have already started our chapter 4th, that is our beautiful country, and in our last video we have discussed about the plateaus and deserts. Okay, in this video we are going to discuss about the mountains. What are mountains? Mountains are the landforms that are higher than the surrounding areas. You must have seen a mountain, it is just like a cone shape. Okay, so this area is raised up and it is higher than the surrounding area. Okay, surrounding area, it is higher than the surrounding area, and this landform is known as the mountains. Okay, these landforms have slopes on all the sides. They have steep slopes on all the sides. Also they have some mountains have very sharp peaks and that are covered with the snow. Some mountains have round peaks and they may not be covered with the snow. Okay, so these are the mountains with sharp peaks and some mountains with rounded peaks. Okay, then what are hills? Hills are the small mountains. They are just like mountains, but their height is not so much, they are short. Okay, they are smaller versions of mountains. Hills are the smaller versions of mountains. Okay, then what is a mountain range? A mountain range is a collection of mountains. See, when we make a drawing of or when we draw a landscape, we show this type of hills or mountains, and here we show one sun. Okay, so this is called a mountain range. It is the collection of mountains, and these mountains are located close to each other. They are located close to each other in a row, so it is called a mountain range. And there are many examples of the mountain range in the world. The famous mountain ranges are Andes in South America, then Rockies in North America, Alps in Europe, and Himalayas in Asia. Okay, these mountain ranges can be often parallel to each other. Parallel to each other means this is one mountain range, then parallel to it another mountain range, and then again parallel to it another mountain range. They may be located like this, one by one. So these are the mountain ranges parallel to each other. These mountain ranges sometimes cover hundreds of kilometers. How much? Hundreds of kilometers. They cover this much distance. Okay, then in India we have Himalayas mountain range, that is very high, and most of the part of the Himalayas, greater Himalayas, is covered with the snow always. Okay, then the most famous national park that is located in the Himalayas is Nanda Devi National Park, and it is at the height of 7,800 meter height. Okay, so Nanda Devi National Park. This park is the second highest peak in India, and the park is surrounded by the Himalayan ranges of mountains on the three sides, and this has been declared as the World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Okay, so this is about the Nanda Devi National Park. Many of you may have visited this place. Okay, and this national park is the conserved forest. They are conserved forest, and here no one can hunt animals or no one can do the cutting of trees. Okay, so this is the reserved forest and it is known as Nanda Devi National Park. Okay, then one question is there, why these Himalayas are called young fold mountains? Himalayas are also called young fold mountains. Why they are called? Because they were formed by the folding of earth crust. Now you know that the earth crust is the uppermost part or uppermost layer of the earth, where we live and plants grow. Okay, So this uppermost crust, when the earth was formed, and many times this earth crust, it breaks and it gets fold. How it folds? See, when the two plates of the parts or two plates or two parts of the earth, suppose this is one plate and this is one plate, okay, so these two parts of the earth, they move towards each other, and collide means they uh, in Hindi we can say takrana, है ना, they collide with each other, and what happens, the rocks slowly rises up, and when these rocks rises up, they give rise to the mountains, they form mountains. What are these? These are the plates of the earth, and it takes very long time to form the mountains. Millions of years before these mountains are formed on the earth. Okay, so these mountain ranges that are in India, Himalaya mountain range, they are 10 to 25 million years old. 10 to 25 millions year old. Just now I have told you it takes millions of years. So, and these mountains have conical peaks. Conical means cone shaped peaks. Peak means the topmost part of the mountain peak. Okay, so this is about the mountains. Then these mountains are very important for our country, this Himalayan range. Why? Because there are some reasons, we will see one by one. So importance of mountains. The most important thing, natural barriers, they act as a natural barriers. Himalayan ranges or Himalayan mountains act as natural barrier. Barrier means it is something that prevents something to enter. Okay, so natural barriers, and it protects our country. So these Himalayan mountain ranges protect our country from our other countries, just like we have China in the north. Okay, so these are the natural barriers of our country and protect from other countries. Okay, second thing, these mountains are the home for many forests, and these forests are they are covered with many plants, different types of trees, herbs, shrubs, orchards, then different types of flowers are there, and we get many types of medicines in the form of herbs and other trees. So many medicinal plants we can see in these mountains, and we get many forest products, like we get gum, we get resins, and we get wood for furniture. Okay, so and also we get wood for fuel. Those people who are living nearby this forest, they get wood for cooking, or for they use it as a fuel. Okay, also we get wood for making papers. So this is one use. Then next, third is perennial water. Perennial means throughout the year, or 12 months we can say, throughout the year. So this Himalayas provides perennial water to the rivers. Perennial water means the rivers that are flowing through the plains, northern plains, like river Ganga, Yamuna. Okay, these rivers get water throughout the year, because the snow that is in the mountains, Himalayas, it melts during the summer, and this water flows through the plains, and it gives water to the rivers in the northern plains. So we get perennial water in these rivers. Perennial means throughout the year. Okay, then they also protect us from the cold winds that are blowing from the northern latitudes. These cold winds are very chilled, and if these mountains would be not there, then most of the part of India, northern part, it will become, or it will be converted into snow we can say glaciers, because these cold winds that are coming from northern parts, northern latitudes, or we can say north side, so these cold winds are prevented by the Himalayan mountains, so they protect us from these cold winds. Then next is they prevent monsoon winds. See, monsoon winds means the winds that bring rain in India. Okay, southwest, from the southwest direction they bring monsoon in all over the India. Okay, so this southwest monsoon it moves to the north slowly, and these mountains, Himalayan mountain ranges, they stop these monsoon winds to move across to China. Okay, they stop these winds there, and we get rainfall in that part. Okay, thus they prevent the moisture laden winds, and the winds that are having moisture, or we can say rain, they prevent it from moving to the north, or from moving to the China. Okay, so it, because of it we get rainfall there. The next is these mountains, they are rich in mineral deposits. We can say they are the storehouses of the minerals. Okay, and these minerals are taken out by minings. Then there are many tourist spots in the Himalayan regions. You can say Shimla, Nainital, Darjeeling. There are many places that are situated in the these mountain ranges, and people go and enjoy the natural beauty in that places. Okay, so there are many important tourist spots in mountains. And the last is slopes. Slopes of the mountains, I just now told you, the slopes of the mountains, they are covered with forest and grass also, and they are having different types of vegetation. So many people that are living around these areas, they take their animals, domestic animals, for grazing in these areas. So these slopes acts as rich grazing lands for the animals. Okay, so these are all 8 reasons why the mountains are important for us. Okay, so here I want to tell you one more thing that I told you in the last video, that I will tell you in next video, that is about the leeward side. Leeward side. Okay, what is the leeward side of the mountain? Suppose this is a mountain. Okay, then monsoon, or we can say moisture laden winds, they are blowing here. Okay, these winds are carrying what? Moisture, means they will make rainfall here. Okay, because of these winds, there will be rainfall in this side of the mountain, and most of the rainfall will be here. And when these winds, or when these clouds move this side, they will have less moisture, or they will have less water here, and there will be less rainfall. Okay, so this leeward side means the side of the mountain that gets less rainfall. So this side of the mountain is called as leeward side of the mountain. Okay, so this side that is getting less rainfall, it is called leeward side, and this side is getting more rainfall, because most of the clouds that bring rain, or we can say bring water, they make the rainfall here. Okay, so this was the point I wanted to tell you in this chapter. So here we have finished our topic, that is mountains. In our next video we will read about the rivers and plains. Okay, till then, take care, bye bye.